There comes a moment, quiet, almost invisible, when a man realizes he has been living outward, not inward. He has been measuring his worth by reactions, by approval, by the subtle nods of others who themselves are lost. He wakes up, checks the world before checking himself, and wonders why he feels empty. Not broken, just hollow. And in that hollow space, something dangerous grows. The need to be seen, to be validated, to be respected by those who have not even mastered themselves. But there is another path, a colder one, a sharper one, a path where we stop chasing respect and begin becoming the kind of person who commands it without speaking. This path demands that we turn inward, not in weakness, but in discipline. It requires us to confront the chaos within before we ever attempt to control the chaos outside. As Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Respect is not something we ask for. It is something that emerges when we no longer need it. And so we begin. 1. We withdraw from the noise and face ourselves. The first act is not loud. It is not dramatic. It is a quiet withdrawal. We begin to detach, not from people entirely, but from the constant noise of their opinions, their expectations, their judgments. We stop reacting to every message, every comment, every perceived slight. Instead, we create space. Space to think. Space to observe. Space to confront the one person we have been avoiding. Ourselves. Because when the noise fades, what remains is often uncomfortable. We see our habits clearly, the wasted time, the emotional reactions we justified, the lack of discipline we disguised as being human. And it is here, in this uncomfortable silence, that transformation begins. Not by running from it, but by standing still within it. Seneca warned that to be everywhere is to be nowhere. And most people live exactly like that, scattered across distractions, never grounded in themselves. But we choose differently. We anchor ourselves. We become deliberate. We begin to notice our thoughts instead of being controlled by them. This is where control begins, not over others, but over self. And once that foundation is laid, everything else changes. Because a man who is not easily distracted is a man who cannot be easily controlled. And people notice that, even if they don't understand it. 2. We stop seeking approval and start building standards. There is a subtle shift that happens when we stop asking, "Do they like me?" and start asking, "Do I respect myself?" It sounds simple, but it changes everything. Because now, our actions are no longer shaped by external reactions. They are shaped by internal standards. We begin to build a code, not based on trends, not based on what gets attention, but based on what is right, what is disciplined, what is aligned with strength and clarity. We no longer bend ourselves to fit into spaces that do not value us. Instead, we refine ourselves until we become the standard. Epictetus made it clear, if you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. That means we must be willing to walk a path others don't understand, to say no when others say yes, to remain silent when others seek attention, to move differently. And at first this will feel isolating. People may question you. Some may even disrespect you more, because you are no longer playing the same game. But this is temporary, because consistency builds something powerful, credibility. Over time, people begin to realize, you are not easily influenced, you are not desperate for approval, and that alone sets you apart. Because most people cannot resist the pull of validation. But we can, and that changes how the world sees us. 3. We master our emotions instead of displaying them. Emotion is not weakness, but lack of control is. We live in a world that encourages expression without discipline, react instantly, speak without thinking, let anger, frustration, jealousy, all of it spill out without restraint. And then we wonder why we are not respected. Because uncontrolled emotion signals instability, and instability cannot be trusted. So we train ourselves, not to suppress emotion, but to understand it, to observe it, to decide whether it deserves action. When anger rises, we do not become it. We examine it. When frustration builds, we do not react. We pause. We create space between feeling and response. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The best revenge is not to be like your enemy." And often our enemy is not a person, but our own impulses, our own tendency to react, to lash out, to prove something. But we refuse that path. We become calm under pressure, controlled under stress, measured in our responses, and this creates a presence that cannot be ignored. Because people are used to chaos, they are used to emotional volatility, but when they encounter someone who remains steady, no matter the situation, it disrupts their expectations. And with that disruption comes respect. 4. We build in silence and let results speak. There is a quiet discipline in working without announcing it, in improving without broadcasting it, in becoming stronger, physically, mentally, financially, without needing recognition along the way. Most people talk. They declare their goals, their plans, their intentions, and in doing so, they release the very tension that would have driven them forward. They feel accomplished before doing anything, and so they remain the same. But we move differently. We build in silence. We wake up early without posting about it. We train when no one is watching. We study, we improve, we refine, and we do it consistently. Not for applause, not for validation, but because it is who we are becoming. Seneca reminded us, "It is not what we say, but what we do that shows our character." And over time, actions accumulate, results appear, change becomes visible, not because we announced it, but because it could not be hidden. And this is where respect begins to grow, not from what we claim, but from what we demonstrate. People notice the difference, the discipline, the consistency, the quiet confidence that comes from knowing you are doing the work, and they begin to adjust how they see you. 5. We detach from outcomes and focus on the process. There is a dangerous trap in constantly seeking results, wanting immediate recognition, immediate respect, immediate change. Because when results don't come quickly, frustration sets in, doubt creeps in, and many abandon the path altogether. But we understand something deeper. We understand that the process is the reward. We focus on the daily actions, the habits, the routines, the small, consistent steps that compound over time. We do not chase respect. We build the character that naturally attracts it. Epictetus taught, "Do not seek for events to happen as you wish, but wish for events to happen as they do happen, and your life will go smoothly." That means we release the need to control outcomes. We control effort, we control discipline, and we let the rest unfold. This creates a kind of freedom that most people never experience, because they are always chasing something, approval, recognition, validation, but we are grounded, focused, unmoved by temporary fluctuations, and ironically, it is this detachment that draws respect faster than chasing it ever could, because people can sense when you are not trying to impress them, and that makes them pay attention. We walk this path together, not perfectly, but deliberately. Each day we refine, each day we confront ourselves, and each day we become a little less dependent on the world, and a little more anchored within. And without ever asking for it, respect begins to follow. There is a story often told about Epictetus, who began life as a slave. He owned nothing, not even his own body in the eyes of the world. And yet, when his master twisted his leg in cruelty, Epictetus did not scream or beg. He calmly said, "If you continue, you will break it." And when it broke, he simply added, "I told you." No anger, no panic, no loss of self. In that moment, he proved something most free men never understand. Control over the mind is greater than control over circumstances. That kind of composure doesn't just protect you, it elevates you. Even those who seek to dominate you begin to sense something they cannot touch. There's another moment, this time from Marcus Aurelius, a man who ruled an empire yet constantly reminded himself how little control he truly had. He wrote in his private journals what we now know as meditations, that when someone disrespects you, you must immediately ask, what kind of person is this? And what kind of person do I choose to be? Imagine that level of awareness, not reacting to insult, but dissecting it, not defending ego, but refining character. That is where respect is born. Because the man who does not react impulsively becomes impossible to manipulate. There was also Cato the Younger, known for walking through the streets of Rome in simple clothing, while others dressed in luxury. People mocked him. They laughed. They saw his simplicity as weakness. But Cato wasn't performing for them. He was aligning himself with his own principles. He refused comfort if it compromised his discipline. And over time, the same people who mocked him began to recognize his strength. Because consistency reveals what words cannot. You cannot fake conviction, not over time. Think about the modern version of this. A man working quietly, improving his body, his finances, his mindset, while everyone around him chases distractions. At first he is overlooked, maybe even dismissed, but months pass, a year passes, and suddenly the difference is undeniable. He speaks less, but when he does, people listen, not because he demands attention, but because he has earned presence. This is how respect grows, not through force, but through visible transformation. There's a pattern here. Respect does not arrive when you try to be impressive. It arrives when you become disciplined enough to not care about being impressive. That shift is subtle, but powerful. It removes desperation. It removes neediness. And without those things, your presence becomes heavier, more grounded, more real. Seneca once advised practicing poverty, not because he lacked wealth, but because he refused to be controlled by it. He would deliberately live with less for periods of time, asking himself, is this what I feared? That question alone destroys insecurity. Because when you face discomfort voluntarily, it loses its power over you. And when nothing controls you, not comfort, not validation, not fear, you move differently. And people feel that difference immediately. There are countless moments in everyday life where this plays out. Someone disrespects you publicly, the instinct is to respond, to defend, to escalate. But instead, you pause. You remain composed. You either respond calmly or not at all. And in that moment, something shifts. Not just within you, but within them, because they expected chaos, and you gave them control. That contrast leaves an impression. Or consider the man who stops explaining himself, not out of arrogance, but out of clarity. He knows what he's doing. He knows where he's going. And he no longer feels the need to justify every move to people who are not walking the same path. This doesn't make him distant, it makes him focused, and focus is rare. Rare enough to be respected. We also see this in discipline of time. Waking early, training consistently, saying no to things that weaken you. These are not dramatic acts, but they compound. Day after day, choice after choice, you build something invisible at first, but eventually it becomes visible in how you carry yourself, in how you speak, in how you react or don't react. And then there's silence, real silence. Not avoidance, but intentional restraint. The ability to listen more than you speak, to observe more than you react. This alone separates you. Because most people are uncomfortable with silence, they rush to fill it. But when you are comfortable in it, you create space. And in that space, people project importance onto you. There's a reason the calmest person in the room often feels like the most powerful. It's not dominance, it's control. And control is something people instinctively respect, because most are still fighting themselves internally. Over time, these small choices build a reputation. Not the kind you announce, but the kind people feel when you enter a room. They may not even know why they respect you. They just do. Because you are consistent, because you are grounded, because you are not easily moved, and eventually something even deeper happens. You stop noticing whether people respect you or not because it doesn't exist, but because it no longer defines you. You are too focused on your path, too committed to your discipline, too anchored in your own standards. And that is the final shift. Because the moment you no longer need respect is the moment you truly begin to receive it.